Evening all. Hope you're all doing good. A little bit late on me because I'd sent the wrong link. we were streaming to the gaming channel.
Oh, is that what that was? Was it?
Yeah. I was doing a test
okay.
on it to see if it were working and stuff, and I'd sent you the wrong one, so that's my fault. That's my bad. But we're on. We're live. We're only a couple of minutes late. Calm down, everybody. Hope you're all doing good. So me and Sean were just having a little conversation then about what we're going to talk tonight. And I think we're going to probably touch on the game again yesterday, which I'll perfectly be honest with all of you, I didn't watch it. Didn't watch it.
So it's just me then. It's just me talking.
I was busy yesterday. And to be fair, I did have internet issues all weekend, which is why, like, I think someone put a comment saying, like, you're not doing a match preview this week, Adam. And I was like, I ain't got no internet, mate, so I can't do it. But on that, I fixed it my bloody self. I've bloody fixed it myself. Ringing up these companies and stuff, and I remembered an IT lesson about DNS servers, and I was like, oh, I'll just sort it out myself, and I did it, and it worked. So that's why I'm on now, because I fucking did it myself. What else we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about the game. There's an article actually I want to talk. I've just seen on the Athletic about whether or not Rio is should Rio be a starter now, basically, and then I think we'll touch on what Slot said, and we'll just take it from there. See where the chat takes us. I'm ready to talk about all you want, guys. Aliens. We'll do all.
Everything.
We'll go. If we run out of stuff to talk about Liverpool, we'll keep going till late, and we'll talk about aliens and stuff. So yeah, if anyone's interested in that stuff. Let's see who we've got with us to start off with. We've got Liverpool Xavi, and he says, hey guys, do you know why so many fans stopped talking about Alonso as an option to replace Slot? And then he continues, I'm sure if Liverpool said it's now or never, he'd accept the job. He clearly loves Liverpool. I don't think that Liverpool want to move on from Slot right now. I'm perfectly honest with you. Maybe we'll have a little bit more of a conversation about that a bit later on, but I think if they were wanting to move on from him, they would do. So, Cranky JD says, you guys are later than Jordan Pickford on Virgil. Talio, Gary, hope you're doing good, mate. And then we've also got Scott here as well, man. I've not listened to your voice note yet, mate. I'll listen to it after stream, pal. Sorry, I've had a bit of a hectic evening. The pride of Merseyside. I can't believe we are relying on Everton to keep in touch with United tonight.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's why it's come to.
Yeah.
I was actually having a chat with someone at work today, to be fair. And he was saying how... And bear in mind, this guy has no idea I do this channel, right? Really? He's a Liverpool fan. And we've never spoke before in depth about the game. He's just seen me wear my Liverpool hoodie while I'm out. And we're working completely different buildings, but we just crossed paths, right? And he saw my hoodie that I had on today. So he's like, oh, what did you think of the game yesterday? And I was like, oh, mate, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't watch it. But he was like, how shit's this season? He was like, and he without, I didn't say a word, and I know you can all just be like, whatever. But he was like, Slot's got to go, hasn't he? And I was like, yeah. I think he's got to go, man. I think he does. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But okay, man. Okay. Liverpool Jabby says, I've just discovered your channel now, by the way. I was just watching a Leo's goals vid and your live popped up. Oh, nice one, man. Hope you enjoy, man. Stick around. We like to have a bit of fun on here, a bit of a light banter and stuff like that. But we do try to talk about Liverpool a little bit as well. But we keep it real. We don't try and like push stuff on you and everything like that. So yeah. Go on then, Sean. I know you did like a bit of a match reaction yesterday, but I'll hand it over to you. Like, what are your thoughts on the game and the performance? I mean, I'll be honest. Before, I'll just tee you up a little bit, but I did see comments saying that it was Liverpool's worst performance in the first half or something.
I personally think it was the worst performance of the season. I think to not have like one shot on target and to play as bad as we did. I mean, we looked like we were 17th. That was not. I mean, our passing was so bad. It passing back to the defense, the goalkeeper. They probably had more touches of the ball than the midfield and the forwards did. It was shocking. It was so bad. I mean, I don't know how I got to talk about anything about football with that game on. It was. I can't even begin to tell you how shocking it was. Yes, we got 3 points. Yes, that's important. But if that was against any other team, we may have been destroyed. We may have been destroyed. There's no getting away from that. We may have been destroyed. The second half, I mean, I don't know what Slot was thinking with his comments about the second half. Second half, we were no better. When Rio came on, there was a little bit of urgency in our play. We played a little bit better. Obviously, he crossed the ball into McAllister for that disallowed goal. So I felt he get more in the game, and I think he had more touches than Salah and Cody had in their box. So
well, going off what I sorry, mate. I don't mean to, but going off what I seen and everything like that, people were talking about how poor again, like Salah were, and how
the way he came off as well as a sub. I mean,
did he come off in a bit of a mood?
He had a smile on his face, so he
okay.
I was just expecting him to find a journalist and start melting off out of him. Look, I mean, we all know what Salah is like in terms of his play and in terms of what he's contributed to the team, to the club in general, and how influential he has been. Certainly, I wouldn't have been the one that would have called Salah to leave 2 years ago. I always wanted Salah to stay. I think that this is by far his worst season in terms of numbers, in terms of attitude. I think also the attitude is based off the style of football that has been played, what he's been asked to do. Obviously, now that we've got Ekitike and Isak, although Isak is on the injury list, and obviously we don't have Diaz, we don't have Trent, so they're all influential in how Salah played last season. But Salah was non-existent. Bullied off the ball. His first touch really bad. Just dreadful, but he wasn't the only one. He wasn't the only one. Cody as well.
Well, I think I was talking to the lad at work today, and I was saying to him, I was like, because he said to me when Salah's finished, is like he's lost a couple of yards of pace or something daft like that, and I was like, well, the bit I realised that was I think it was the last watch along I did, and I can't remember who we played against. In all fairness, but it was one of them times when Alisson did, when he kicks the ball and Salah used to just run through and he'd be through on goal and have a shot, and he did that, but then the defender caught him.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he has lost his yard of pace or something. But I think the regulars around here know what my thoughts on Salah, and that he'll be gone this summer. And I think I'm coming around to the way of thinking, mate, that we might see as many people leave this summer as we saw last summer.
And that's the frightening thing about it, because I think, we can talk, look, Slot had mentioned a couple of times that we replaced players, and that we did. And if you look at that bench and you look at 2 goalkeepers to make the numbers on the bench, you're in trouble. And I think we need to bring in more players without losing players, or if we're losing them, we need to replace them and bring some more in. I think with the way the league is set up, the way the domestic cups are set up, and now with the Champions League now with more games, I think you have got to have a big squad, have a good bench, because if you don't have a good bench, we can be talking about not hitting the heights of what we've hit last season and the season with Slot or with Klopp when we won the league.
All right, and so let's do like a bit of an exercise then before we go into the rest of the stuff. So, as the club, not the club, as the team is as it is now, the squad, as that is now, how many players, how many defenders, midfielders, forwards, whatever, how many do you think we need right now? Without anyone leaving or anything like that, as it is now, what do we need?
Well, off the cuff, I'd say 5.
5 players.
Yeah. Off the cuff, we need 5.
To be fair, I think I'm in the same ballpark as you. I think we need, as the squad is now, we need at least
2 centre backs.
2 centre backs, yeah. I think we need a number 6.
Yeah.
And I think we need 2 wingers, one on either side.
I would have probably gone for maybe a striker and a striker that can play.
We've got Isak and we've got Ekatike. I don't want another number 9.
No, but what I was going to say is someone that can play in the front 3. That's what I meant. I'm not too. Yeah, I think that So how many is that? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd probably go for another midfielder because I think Maka could be gone.
Yeah, but I mean, as the team is now, as if we don't expect anybody to leave or anything like that. So just based on numbers alone, you reckon we need another midfielder as well, like another 8? Or would you give Jones more game time or something?
Maybe give Jones more game time, but I definitely think we need to concentrate on the defence. I think we should have done that more so than this back and forth with Newcastle with Isak. I mean, we've Isak didn't have a pre-season. Isak didn't play at the start of the season with Newcastle. That was a big issue for us, and to get rid of Ekatike and then put Isak on, I think was I know I'm kind of going off a bit, but I think centre backs is really important. Really important.
This will be seconds. Sorry, mate. Go on.
No, I'm just saying. I don't think this Jacquet fella and Leone is. I don't think it's enough. Well, I know it's not enough. And with Virgil running down his contract, and I don't know whether he's going to be offered another contract, it's best to have an understudy to him and possibly Kanate if he stays. I don't know.
All right, man. Before I give you mine, I'll just catch up on some comments because there's a fair few that we've not touched on yet. So Guy Rich says, relying on the blue and white shy is a disgrace. Liverpool Jabby says, I thought Gakpo and Salah were especially bad. They could have just not been there. Ryland, Martin, obviously. Really big balls in the house. Liverpool Jabby says, our wingers could have stayed home. It wouldn't have made a difference, sorry. The Pride of Merseyside, 24-25, Liverpool first, Everton 13th, Man United 15th. 8 months later, Liverpool are 6th, Everton are 8th, and Man United are 5th. The drop-off from us has been crazy. It has, to be fair, man. Gary Richards, Rio must start. Liverpool Javier again says that, but I did think that Kanate and Verge were amazing, as that's now 3 clean sheets in a row. Conspiracy time, guys. Conspiracy time. Has anyone seen the rumours going around the Spanish papers that apparently Madrid are backing for Kanate?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Does anyone think that may correlate with his uptake in form?
Yeah, of course. Of course it would. And in fairness, fair play to him. I know I've been critical of him, but look, I call a spade a spade. I'm not afraid of saying, well, that player didn't play well, or his performance of late hasn't been great. It hadn't, and since he's come back, God love him, from his father's passing, I think he's been one of the most solid defenders that we've had over the last number of games.
Yeah, 100%. Steve says that bloody smirk from. I need to see this. I need to see that.
Yeah.
The pride of Merseyside, Salah's had his day. To be honest, Gakpo is just shite. The thing is, with Gakpo for me, right, is last year, especially at the first third.
Yeah.
There was a time where we were saying it doesn't matter who plays out of him and Diaz because they were both just on fire, absolutely both, just knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
But then something's changed in Gakpo where I know he signed a new contract in the summer, but it just feels like I don't know, he's become a one-trick pony, hasn't he? Maybe he's always been that, and maybe we were just blind to it last year. But it's very evident this year that he is basically a one-trick pony. Also, there has been rumours going around that apparently Bayern Munich were looking at that Jans Diamande, who Liverpool are looking at from Leipzig, but apparently he doesn't want to go there, and they've now turned their attention to Gakpo in the summer. So we'll see. Martin says, sell him first opportunity we get now. Thanks, Mo. I think we will do, mate. I think there's the rumours going around as well that basically Salah's already kind of agreed a deal to go to Saudi. It's already kind of in place. So,
okay.
Steve Mack, what ball control? Play a 5-yard pass. The mid was as bad, but they went on 400k. Martin says he loves us. The conversation in the chat. Pride of Merseyside, Salah is a Lamborghini whose fuel has run out. That's a good analogy. I like that.
I think there's probably a lot of theories as to why Salah has had such a drop in form, and I think some may agree with this or may not agree with it. I think he's disheartened with football in general, especially with the snub with the Ballon d'Or. I think that meant an awful lot to him. I also think, and I don't like using it, I think Diego Jota's passing affected him something fierce. And then I think his relationship with Slot and the style of football that Slot is looking to play isn't suiting him. And I think he sees the future. He sees Liverpool building a future without him, and he doesn't want to let go. And I think that's what the drop is.
Yeah, potentially. That's not a bad shout in all fairness. It does feel like there's something more going on, doesn't it? Especially with Salah. Like it just feels a little bit. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. A bit weird. I guess a bit weird. Cranky JSD says we need at least 3 or 4 players. The squad is light. The squad shite. Too many done players, says the Pride of Merseyside. Miscuse is here. As you say, having 2 keepers on the bench says a lot.
Yeah.
The Pride of Merseyside again says we need 2 wingers, 2 centre backs, 2 wingers, 1 DM and 1 right back.
That's a good shout.
Steve says we need a winger, a DM and a centre back. Kevin, hopes we're both doing well, and good evening to you, Kevin. We're both well. Pride of Merseyside, Frimpong for me is a better winger than a right back, and apparently Bradley is out till 2027. When I saw that comment come in, I thought I'd have a quick look at this. The latest update I can see is that he's out till the 30th of June this year, but obviously that's the end of the season, like the end of the what's the word I'm looking for? The end of the football year. It starts again on July the 1st. So we'll probably get like an update a little bit close to the time with that. But I don't know. If he's out till 2027, then I don't think he comes back as the same footballer whatsoever.
No, I agree with you on that one.
So,
and I think that's a very, very good point about Frimpong. I can see him replacing Salah. I think he's much better as a right wing as opposed to a right back. So you're dead on the money there, I think.
STC14 says, depends on who goes down. Elliot Anderson and Jared Bowen should be on our list.
Welcome to the channel.
Bond says 2 centre-backs, 2 wingers, a left-back and a 6. Liverpool's Jabby I was wondering how many subs do you need to become a full-time content creator because I saw you run ads, which is awesome. But I'm just curious. I don't always run ads, man. They basically whether I click run ads or not, YouTube does it anyway. Like it just does it anyway.
Do you run ads on YouTube? You can like run an advert on YouTube, can you?
Well, you can't. You can just like click like monetize your video, so your video gets
okay. Yeah.
If you don't click that, YouTube does it anyway.
Yeah.
So then YouTube just gets the money anyway. So yeah. But if you want to do become a full time, I'm not full time, mate. Like this, I do this in my part time. But if you want to go full time, like you do it for a job, I reckon you need about 20,000 subs minimum, something like that.
One thing I would say to Liverpool Xavi is, from being a failed content creator, because I'm like not even a co-pilot with AKM, it's Adam's channel, but being a failed YouTuber, you need to be careful what you put out there. You need to be careful how you react. You need to be confident in what you say. Don't give in to anybody else. Find your audience and ignore the rest. Do you know what I mean? You may get hate, you may get trolls, but that's it. That's what I would advise. So, very best of luck with it, Liverpool Xavi, and hopefully we'll get to see you up and running as a content creator.
Mm-hmm. Schlotterbeck, as I've said non-stop, yeah, man, he should be one. People saying hello to each other. Bon says Klopp will be the Madrid next manager.
No, he won't be.
We'll see, man. We'll have to wait and see.
No, he won't be. Bon, he won't be. I'd say if he manages anything, it will be the German national team. It will not be club. So I disagree with that, with the greatest respect.
Upamecano and Gay are both signed. So, what did Upamecano sign for? Has he signed a new deal or something? I missed that. See what I mean? Like you got to have internet for a little bit of time, and then players just start going places.
Well, look, my thoughts on the whole Gay thing. We dropped the ball.
Oh yeah. Sorry, mate. He signed a new deal with Bayern Munich.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell, we could have done with him. In all fairness, Ibu's playing for a new contract in Mordosh. Martin says, we all know Gakpo will bolt down the pitch, cut in on the left, hit a shot, land on Rosed. Scott says, I think the style of play is affecting the wingers. To be honest, the game went through them last season, whereas this season it's going through Hugo and Wirtz. Good shout, mate. Cranky says, definitely Scott. I think there's an issue with the shape and the new players. That's why Salah isn't working. No problem, mate.
That's a good question.
Owen is too old for Liverpool to sign. It won't happen.
Yeah, I can't see that happening.
Liverpool Jabby, would you guys rather be a full-time content creators or full-time pundit on TV if they paid the same? I'd probably be a content creator just because you're your own boss then.
Yeah, there's a video that I did, guys, that's up on the VIP membership. By the way, our VIP membership is only $1.99 to $2.99 per month. And I did a video on a comment that went viral from a rugby content creator saying that football content creators are lame. It is the lamest thing to do. However, I think there wouldn't be a need for football content creators if the pundits were half decent. I think you get a lot of biased stuff. I think they're not going to talk out of shop. They're not going to say anything remotely offensive to the club, although Carragher has been kind of, on thin ice there. They also think that they're above everybody else, where I think content creators can, have freedom of just saying what their opinion is and not force it down anyone's neck. So I think I'd prefer to be a full-time content creator, if I'm honest.
Yeah, and I do think as well, like the what was I going to say then? I do think the whole thing of then, like, because you are then a pundit, your word is then taken as gospel, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing that you'll find quite comical is that all these journalists that cover Liverpool Football Club would be the first ones to slate, social media and whatever. But what you're actually finding over the last number of years is they have their own podcast, they have their YouTube channel, and they're also going on to other YouTube channels and other podcasts. You never saw that a couple of years ago. So it's quite interesting to see that. And now you have, content creators like Mo Stewart, getting in the press conference. You have Abigail Rudkin, the artist who is on Sky Sports. You have Garrett Roberts, who is on the Overlap quite a lot. So these are content creators, and they're getting it there. The same with Paul Mason, Neil Atkinson. So yeah.
We do support your rugby team, mate. We both sponsor your thing. I don't know where my shirt is. I was just looking for it there when I saw your comment come in. I think it might be.
Did you get the actual jersey, or did you get the?
Oh no, not yet. I need to
sort
that out with him afterwards.
I need to sort that out with Martin as well. Plus, I'm going to get the training jacket. The training jacket is gorgeous.
Oh, he sent me it here. Hold on. How do I do this? Sorry, guys.
You're all right.
So, we're up to Biggs says that Shauno needs to go on the Sky fan debate.
If you want to sort that out, by all means. I've seen what's his name, Grizcan on it with Ty. I said that I would be more than happy to go and do a YouTube boxing fight with me and Ty. So let's get that done.
Where we up to? Jay Garris says, evening chaps, has Shauno got his suit ready for the Brits on Saturday? Going to perform Crank the Flange?
That's it.
Liverpool Jabby again says, that's it. I don't get about. That's what I don't get about the Redmen TV and the Amphi Rap. Why does it sound so corporate now that they like pundits?
Should you pass that on to me, or?
Yeah, man, you go for it. Go on.
I think there is evidence, certainly from the people that I've spoken to, like Dunk out of Cop Talk, like even Frank Carlisle, who you get to a certain stage on your YouTube journey that you become almost bigger than some of the journalists out there, and you get approached by the club. Well, if you do this, you get these perks and entitlements. So I think there's an element, and I mean, fair fucks to them if the club come to them and say, well, right, you'll get exclusives, you get to do documentaries, we'll throw in, a few legends to come out and do your little tours around Ireland, England and America and Australia and all of that. So I think a lot of them do become under the corporate thumb. And the one thing that I would never give to the corporation or to the head honchos is my word. I would not give up my identity or give up freedom of speech for perks. They can stick
it. Rich T, evening guys. Did you see the press article about Goldbridge and him earning 1.5 million last year? I think I saw it slightly, but yeah. Some of these creators that have been out there for a while. Though to be fair, I will say I do think that Mark Goldbridge is. I think he is still saying what he wants to say, type thing. I don't think he's a corporate shill or anything like that.
No, yeah, you're right.
So I do think he is one of the genuine ones. But obviously, if he can, if I could make a fucking $1.5 million, I'd do it. Do you know what I mean? He's smart enough for doing it. So Martin said,
that's a very good point, Rich. Sorry, I know that Gary Neville and I think Scholes have been very critical of Goldbridge.
There you go. So that is the rugby shirt that me and Shauna sponsor. You can see my logo on the sleeve, and then Shauna also on the other sleeve. But yeah, that's the Rylands. What they call again? Ryland Sharks. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, Ryan Sharks.
That's Ryland
But
Sharks. Yeah, 130 years they've been around, guys. But yeah, it's just some kids grassroots rugby. And they needed a bit of sponsorship, so me and Shauna both did it along with these other companies here in the bottom on the bottom left here. Proud to do so. To be fair, like it's how kids get to do stuff, gets to play sports and everything like that nowadays, isn't it? Like the government don't provide it. It takes the local communities to do it for them. So
I think I think it's so important, because I think this generation get an awful bollocking that they're stuck to their phones or they're stuck to their laptops and whatever. And I really respect what the likes of Martin is doing. He's a hands-on dad, and he's getting involved in his kids' development. And I think if you put money towards that, whether it's a small sponsor or whatever, I think
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we've also on the training stuff as well. So I think I'm gonna get that sorted and get some of them sent to us here. So yeah, I'm gonna get one framed actually. So
that'll be nice. Yeah.
Sorry, Jay Garrett. Face to face, I would see that. Scott Cheetham, I think it's just important to have your own opinion. Don't let everyone else try and build your opinion 100 degree. Everyone's entitled to an opinion irrelevant of your background or job. Agree, man. Like, how many times, if Bon's still in the chat, Bon comes on here, he'll say something that disagrees with either me or Shauna. We don't get heated. We don't, get arse with each other. We'll have a bit of a debate over here, but it's never to the point where it's like, right, you fucking banned. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's never like that. I like you guys to come on here and say something that you disagree with me, but if you do it in a constructive way,
yeah, I agree, and I mean I think that's what has been missing in Liverpool YouTube or with the journalists that cover Liverpool. I think that there's one thing that they push, and that's how they believe that everyone should act. And I think that's wrong. And I think it's good to have difference of opinion and voice it civilly. And, like I said, in the past, I may not have been welcoming of certain people with the way that they communicated, but I think it's great to have a difference of opinion so that we can be interactive with our subscribers.
Yeah. Agreed, man. 100% agreed. Martin's just sent me the training jacket thing as well, so there's that as well. So you can see we're on the sleeve still. Shauna's done the world famous quiz there. I can see that one there.
Are you only after seeing that?
It's there on the right sleeve there. World famous
did you not
quiz.
see that before?
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's the little hoodie thing. I think is it a hoodie? No, it's not a hoodie. It's like a long sleeve thing. I think.
Yeah. So just to give people an idea, in the jersey SD Designs 2020 is a red bubble shop that I have, and that is one of the sponsors. But this one is Shauna's world famous quiz, which I think is fucking hilarious. But anyway.
Where were we up to? Liverpool Jabby again. Do you guys still play football? I'm going to answer that for Shauna. He's just come off a back injury, so I presume not.
No.
He's had back operation, mate. So yeah, Shauna's not been able to do it for a while because of that. I'll be honest, I haven't played a game of football now for about a year. But I have refereed, I've coached football. I used to play a lot when I was a kid, but nowadays with work life and just family life and stuff like that, it's taken over past fucking hell. You know what's been going on, Sean? It's been going on for ages. So I've not really had a chance to go and play football, but I do miss it. Do miss playing football. In all fairness,
I was never really good at football, to be honest with you. And the last time I was I was playing an AstroTurf tournament, and I got picked for the team. And they had me play for every other team bar them, so that'll show you. But if there's a kick about, I'll certainly do it. But at this current time, no.
Kevin says, Jay Garrett, I think Sean may wear his hospital pin instead of with open vents.
Yeah, do a Paddy Murphy and show me building his cleavage.
Bond says they become yes men for the club. Kevin says the Red Men did have Kloppo's ear at some point and were liked by the club. The Pride of Merseyside said, I like Chris Pajak. I don't really like Paul as much. Chloe's all right too. Liverpool Jerry again with another question. What's your goal for the channel this year?
5K.
Yeah, get to 5. If we can get to 5,000 subs by end of year, I'd be happy with that. Yeah. For myself though, like a personal thing, I'd be like, be a bit more consistent with content. Try to come up with new ideas when it's a bit down, and probably just keep doing what I'm doing really at the same time as well. Don't change what we've just said really. But yeah, good question, man. I like your questions, man.
Yeah, he's got some really good questions.
Jay Garris says there is a bloke called John who works on behalf of the club that liaises with the surrounding businesses around Anfield. The Anfield Wrap and the Red Men operate out of those businesses, and that explains their narrative. Do you mean like buildings that they're like leasing or something? Is that what you mean? Sorry, or
you keep breaking up there, Adam. I don't know whether anyone else can pick on that.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's coming. I wonder if do they have like a big like ownership business under, or they're working inside businesses and that own the building. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Bond says the Goldbridge channel. That is football is a good channel. It is a good channel. I do watch that, to be fair. Pride of the Merseyside says, see, when you're watching Red Men TV's watch-alongs, they're more authentic. Goldbridge uses a fake name and celebrates like a tit. He doesn't sound real in his emotions. All right, I take that.
I fucking had it.
I take that.
That's true. Yeah.
Liverpool Jabby says he's been too negative recently, but at least he's very honest about our dire situation, to be fair. I don't know what that's in relation to, mate.
Is it Goldbridge, or it might be Goldbridge?
Yeah. The Pride of Merseyside, to be honest, there's no balance to Frank's channel. He's too negative for me, and in the chat, they aren't level-headed. They go after Slot like he's doing everything wrong.
Yeah, they're entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, they are. But again, like I do on here, like McAllister, for instance, like I've said about him that I feel like ever since the summer there's been some off with him. But obviously it was the game the other day. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, fucking you. It's bullshit. No, I just say it as it is.
I was actually watching Fozzie. He was speaking to a guy, Dean, and he was actually speaking to Frank. I was in the chat there, and look, I mean, I think people's opinion of Slot has changed. He was our hero last year. He's not this year. And there's some people that would say, oh, I never really liked that Arne Slot fella. And that's a bit hypocritical because we're all singing his praises last season. We can only go on this season. And I get why people are pissed. Martin is after saying that the stream is very laggy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is anyone else having problems?
It's not laggy now.
Okay. I hope it's not my internet. I bet it is. I bet it's my internet, like playing up again. I'll keep going as best I can, guys. Just let me know if it gets any worse. The Pride of Merseyside says, when there's balance to our shit form, imagine being an Everton and United fan. We have really been lucky as Liverpool fans in the last few years. 100%.
That's true.
Like I've, I'm a 90s kid, so I grew up when like we had nobody of like things. So yeah. Rich T says, yes, guys, Goldbridge has beef with traditional broadcasters like Neville because these guys tour Sky Sports line and he doesn't. Didn't he also have a radio show with TalkSport or something? And then he got like he got kicked out, didn't he, for something? I can't remember, but there was something else as well that I think that got announced last year where in he like broadcasting the the Bundesliga or something daft like that.
I think Sky Sports have sent him something, Goldbridge, about footage or something like that. But yeah,
Miscusi's still scoring rockets on a 7-a-side.
I'd well believe it.
Martin Shaw knows AKM's Gomez.
Brilliant.
Scott says he's 29 and his knee's fucked and he can't even kick through a ball anymore. Steve says, "Oh, that's subs. I thought you were both running a 5K. I could do a 5K." Kevin reckons that 5K is achievable. I think it is, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Cranky JD says Norman Collier is in the house. I don't know what that means, man.
Norman Collier. I think this might be reference to a lookalike or something. I have to type that in.
Feedback 100%, Steve. Kevin says, Adam, just keep doing what you're doing. Know what you're. Fuck me, Adam. You just keep doing what you know best. You're good at it. Thank you, mate.
It is. It's. This is he's just died, but Martin, or that's Norman Corley, it's that Norman fella.
Okay, I don't know who that's in thingy of.
I don't know.
The Pride of Merseyside says, but you two are level-headed. I like this channel. Oh, good man. Stick around. Jay Garrett says, Hotel Anfield, the sand in the church, those sort of places, they use their function rooms.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good question, I suppose. Good to thingy. What percentage of this season going wrong would you guys put on Slot, the players, and the Jota tragedy?
Ooh.
My gut instinct straight away is I want to go. It's 33% each. I think it's equal. I really do. Like, I think it's too. I don't know. I think we'd be naive to turn around and say that the Jota thing had no impact whatsoever. I think it has. Obviously, it has. People grieve in different ways and everything like that. I do think that Slots. This is what I said to you. Remember, a few months back, I said I think Slot came in last year, couldn't believe his luck on getting the job, and he was like, "Right, I'll just keep it as it was. Change a few things with the players, specifically, like not the style of play, but like specifically like certain players in their roles. Won the league." I think that lagging that you might be hearing, Martin, I think it's my echo on Shauno's end. I can hear me then.
Maybe I'll turn down the volume a little bit.
So what was I going to say? So there's that, and then I think this year he's gone. I've won league. I'm going to put my stamp on this team now, and we're going to do things a little bit more my way. And I think that's where we've. So that's on Slot, I think there. And then the players, I think, again, maybe I'm being a little bit harsh, but I do think, especially the new guys, like I wouldn't say that they're to blame, but I think the fact that they've had so many new players come in, that it's had an impact because you had players that had been doing well together, like, Diaz. And I've had it myself, like even on a small scale, like when I've gone and played 5-a-side or whatever with a brand new team or 11-a-side, and you just get thrown in, and you have a couple of training sessions and you get thrown in, you don't know how they're going to pass the ball, and they don't know how you expect to receive the ball. They don't know the tells when you're going to go for a run or anything like that. So they're still all kind of learning bits and bats a little bit. So I think maybe I'm just sitting on fence a bit, but I'm just going to say 33% all three ways. What about you, Shauna?
I think it's a very good question by Liverpool Xavi, and I think if he's going to be a content creator, he's going to be really good. He's thrown some really good questions there. In regards to this season and the percentage, I would go 70% Slot, 15% the players, and 15% Jota. The Jota tragedy. 70% because regardless of the players that we've brought in, and regardless, if I can, with the greatest of respect, just park the tragedy of last year to one side, just temporarily. The issue is not. It's not the same format. It's not the same formation. It's not the same tactics as last season. If you don't see tactics working for the better half of the season, then one would suggest maybe changing it up, and he hasn't done that. Some of the decisions he's made in terms of substitutes is a bit over the top.
All right, yeah, okay. I didn't take
crazy.
that. I didn't take that on board. The subs and shit. Yeah, that's onslaught. And
You know.
the lack of usage of Rio and Chiesa. I mean, I had that in that conversation I had today with that lad at work. I mentioned Chiesa, and he was like, "Well, is Chiesa really the answer? Like, he's not really all that." And I was like, "We can't really judge him. Like, he don't really get a running, and when he does, he plays with. He don't play with the first 11. He plays with like the bit part players and stuff that hardly play. So, and when
I think when you're looking to put a nail on, or put it to bed a game, and you bring in defenders, you know that there's some issue there. I think also the comments he made about Calvin Ramsey was way off the mark. I don't. If you were Calvin Ramsey, would that want you to play for that club and want to play for him? I think not. So I think 70% of it has to go to Slot. Again, 15% goes to the players. Whatever sort of format, whatever sort of tactics, it's up to the players to adapt, and they haven't. And
okay, I'm gonna go 50% Slot, 25. I'm gonna change it a little bit, but yeah, I didn't take. I'll be honest. When I was thinking about it, I didn't think about the subs or Chiesa or Rio or anything like that. So, yeah, I agree with what you said there, mate. Rich T says, Dunk has told me before the club offer all sorts, but expect a lot in return. Dunk has declined such in the past.
Yeah, he said that to me when I was over Rich up in Alicante. He was telling me, I think he had Tommy Smith working for him. And he had a few other legends work for him. And as soon as Liverpool came up and said, well, we can do this, this, and this, we can give you this, this, and this, but you can't say this, I think Dunk said, no, thanks.
Sorry, mate. I was just grabbing a drink. Kevin says, how many heroes are in our team this season? I'll be perfectly honest with you. Based on what we've had this season so far, I'd say one. Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because, I mean, the fact that he's played at right back and played excellent at right back, but to the point where we miss him in midfield, and he's been unbelievable in midfield, I think, yeah.
Let's get them likes up, guys. There's 27 you in the chat. There's only 16 likes. Let's get that up, guys. See if we can get to at least 25 before I end it stream. Jay Garrett says, I decorated the upstairs of the Sand Inn and spoke with John, who was the official. Nice fella, but you had to stay on the right side of him to get another contract, in which our site manager didn't. Because he was a blue.
Right, okay.
What have you found is the best technique to earn new subscribers?
I think my OF page does fairly well to promote.
You what, sorry?
My OF page.
I won't say I have a technique, mate. I feel like I just kind of like when I do my videos or when I'm doing streams and stuff, it's just a casual reminder, really. I just go like, in this video, for instance, we're going to talk about, I don't know, how many goals Salah's scored. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like, that's basically what I say in every video. And then when we're doing live streams and stuff like that, I just remind ever so often just to hit the like button and stuff, really. Other than that, I don't think, me personally, I do much more than that. I know Shauno does a lot on Instagram.
On Facebook.
And Facebook, on the social media side of things, like with that. But on the YouTube channel itself, it's just a case of, I feel like I want people to subscribe that actually want to be here and actually like the content. I don't want people to just subscribe because they think that I've got a video coming out every day. Like I don't have I could go 5 days without doing a video because I don't do a video on literally everything. I only do videos on stuff that I think's worth talking about. So if you see a rumor, like a transfer rumor, and I've not touched on it, there's a reason why. It's because I don't believe it. I used to do videos where I would talk about them and say I don't believe it, but then I kind of felt like that was a waste of my time and a waste of your time. So I just stopped doing it. But yeah, I don't really have any technique. It's just a case. It's got a word actually. What is it? Was it a course of action? A call to action or something like that? I think that's what it's called in the YouTube world. Is when you remind people to hit the like button and stuff. Apparently, it's called like a call to action. But that's all I actually ever really do, man. Really, to be fair. Bond says that football has 20 Bundesliga. Right, that's it then. They have 20 Bundesliga games, so that'll be it. Norman Colley was a comedian of the past. Shauno, he used to do a trick with the mic like Adam did. YouTube him. What trick did I do with the mic?
Did he do? Oh, okay.
Bond says I blame the system. Cranky JD showing his age. Jay Garrett says losing the assistant coach has played a massive part. Slot is not a man manager. There was something that I saw again regarding that apparently Heitinger was a bit of a middleman between Slot and the players. I can't remember where I saw that to look it up again, but maybe it's bollocks, but there was something I saw of that where it sounded like that. Steve Mack says one thing about Jota is the fact we never had a proper pre-season. I agree with that. Scott says I put the majority on the formation change, style of play, which falls at the manager's feet. Also thinking the signings and the players we lost as well. So Richard Hughes. Apparently I sound like a barking dog in the background. Cranky JD says players also make friendships when players leave. That affects others who remain. A lot of players left. Emmett, guys, I think he's gone even if we make top 5. Only way I see him staying is Champions League, but I personally want him gone regardless. Yeah, I said that earlier today. I said to the lad at work, I said the only way I think Slot keeps his job is if he wins the Champions League. Other than that, I think he's gone. Jay Garrett says the best way to judge Slot would be to give him the Spurs job. I actually think that's not a thing of that. If he's gone in the summer, I could see him rocking up there. Kevin says Slot hasn't played most of the youngsters this season compared to past managers. Good shout again. Scott, also, out of all the signings we made, the majority of them haven't done a full domestic season in England with European football. The club should have factored that in when we was planning the squad. I agree. Ant Dick, all right, lads. Hope you're okay. Anyone cheering that blue shite on generally don't know how bitter they are. Family full of them. Liverpool Jabba, do you guys see Brendan Rodgers with a gun in Saudi where he's managing? Nah, I didn't see that. I'm sure I can find it though. Steve said he only subscribed to find out about all these new shops because he lives back in past in 60s or something. Ant Dicker, State of Football used to show programs of goals. Now it's big same football. Just had Blue Shite family piping up about the decisions we get. Bitterness is wild. Emmett personally feels Slot has no tactics but to feel out the team first half and change it, leaving it all to individual brilliance. That's not a bad shout, to be fair, because he was quite good at changing it last season as well, wasn't he? So that's not a bad shout in all fairness. Adam says, I really think it's there's so many new players and losing so many important players. Ian King, the drop-off from Salah, he has gone from world-class first half of the season to being almost unrecognisable now. But this has severely affected our output. And then Adam again says basically 2 new fullbacks, 2 new strikers, a new cam, and Gakpo having to do the whole load on the other side. Well, he doesn't have to. Like, they could throw Rio on, which, to be fair, ties us nicely into the article I wanted to talk about. So this article is over on The Athletic, and it's by Greg Evans. I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to try and hold it in. So Greg says here, this came out today. He says that Rio's contributions in Liverpool's late victory over Forest were enough to show that he deserves his first Premier League start. The 17-year-old is a star in the making and has been carefully managed by Slot this season, with the bulk of his minutes coming in the domestic cup competitions. While no player of his age has featured more in the Premier League, it's clear Rio possesses the game-changing qualities Liverpool need, especially as their bluntness in attack continues. Slot side struggled to create a meaningful chance until Rio was introduced. His direct running and fearless approach finally gave the resolute Forest backline something to think about. Not only were his tricky feet hard to read, but his end product was difficult to cut out too. All the chaos in the game, including Macca's late chances and stoppage time winner, followed Rio's introduction. Now feels the right time to finally let him off the leash. You agree with this so far?
Yeah, I think with the current situation that the club is in, I think something new has to happen, and I think you can't overprotect him, because if you overprotect him, then where is he getting the opportunity to shine?
Agreed. Where are we up to? Supporters certainly want to see it, with a strong sense in the stands that he's been held back more often than set free. Never before has Slot called on the silky skilled teenager before the 70th mark in the Premier League. In only 5 of his 9 outings has he been given more than 10 minutes to make a difference. That's a bit of a joke, isn't it? Yet on 2 occasions now, he's stepped up to prove he has that killer touch to be a game changer. The stoppage time winner against Newcastle in August was a high-profile introduction to life as a senior for Liverpool. It was sensible of the club to look after him and manage his minutes in the months that followed, especially with the experienced multi-million-pound internationals ahead of him. Rio has also represented Liverpool in every competition this season. But it was this performance that showed he was all about what he was all about. As Jamie Carragher pointed out, saying he came on in the 77th minute and did more in 15 minutes than Gakpo and Salah had done up until that point. He needs more of an opportunity. He needs to start starting games, is what Carragher said.
Yeah, it's not very rare that, or it's not very often that I agree with Carragher, which goes to my point with Liverpool savvy. That I certainly wouldn't want to be a pundit. I think Rio should be playing more. Again, I can understand why you'd want to protect him, but I think, you know, with the way our team, like, the way I look at it is this: is Cody Gakpo is like, if anyone has played Street Fighter on whatever game console you've had, he's the character that only has one move, Cody Gakpo, and does, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. A lot of the time, it's like it's an uphill battle. With Rio, he's got a lot in his locker. Now he's young, he's inexperienced. But from what we have seen of him, it's very exciting. He brings something where he's running at the defense and he's causing them a nightmare. He's doing what probably Salah was doing on the other side. I don't think you get that from Cody. So, yeah, that's my take.
In all fairness, I'm probably going to get a bit of stick for this, but he reminds me of Sterling when he first broke into the team, when we had Dalglish as manager. I'll continue with the article. So when Slot was asked about Rio, he said he's got incredible potential. Otherwise, at 17 years old, he doesn't play as many minutes in the Premier League, at least at Liverpool. There's not a 17-year-old in the league who has played more minutes. That tells you how much we appreciate him. He's making more progress, getting stronger, and for him, it is at 7. For him to show it at 17 says something about his talent. Slot followed that up by saying that, like any youngster, Rio still needs to build a rock-solid mentality to succeed at a club like Liverpool. He identified McAllister as an example, but someone who can grind out performances and was there to smash in the winner when it mattered. Rio is raw and makes occasional mistakes, but he changed the game when Liverpool were lacking ideas, and that makes a difference. His brilliant wide play crosses into the box that had set up Hugo for the away side's first real sight of goal in the 89th minute was almost defining. From there, Ortega superbly saved, only for Anina's clearance to cannon off McAllister and into an empty net before it was ruled out for handball. As Rio continued to threaten in the minutes that followed, McAllister would not be denied a second time, latching onto a loose ball in the box to secure a victory. There's a growing sense among the Premier League's middle and lower... Oh, fuck me. There is a growing sense among the Premier League's middle and lower ranks that however turbulent a season may seem for the division's heavyweights, they inevitably find their footing when it really counts, and Forest witnessed that with Liverpool in town. I don't agree with that because Liverpool have struggled against all three newly promoted teams, so no.
Yeah.
For most of the game, Forest were the better team. Blah, 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 blah. I don't really care about that shit. That's it, really. That's basically it regarding that article. There's an interesting video here that's linked to a podcast about, and it says, is Alisson's time at Liverpool nearing its end? So I might give that a watch later on and come back and report on that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. We've with the teams newly promoted, we've struggled with every single one of them. I would not be looking at the game first and say, yeah, we still had it in our locker, to put the game to bed. I think we got very lucky. I think we got so lucky, and we should be putting those games to bed very early on. There's no way that we should be in the 97th minute getting a late winner against fucking Forest. Like, fuck me, guys. Like, really. No disrespect to Forest, but, shocking. It's shocking.
Man, it is. It's been shocking all season, in all fairness. I'm trying to remember where we're up to with comments. I think I'll just start here. I think we were here. Sunderland signed new players and Brentford lost their coach and players. What are we doing here? Ian King says Salah's form was severely affected us, no question. He is that important to our output and results, hence first half of last season. We played punch drunk first half like we'd never played together. Was screaming we aren't in red.
Yeah.
Scott says he wouldn't start Rio. I think we should use him more from the bench 60 to 70 minutes when the game usually opens up. If you look back to the Barnsley game, he struggled when he started and got kicked about. Ant says, I don't want any winners between any one of them tonight, generally. Between United and Everton. Kevin, Adam... I'm going to guess 1988, we need a new manager, then add new players for the next season, then bond together. Go on, mate, what are you going to say?
I think he was speaking to Adam in the chat. Adam Grader, 9188.
Jay, talking about Rio, selling Diaz hasn't helped Slot either and has nullified Salah. Milner was 15 when he made his debut. Now he's made the most appearances in the Premier League. Good enough, old enough. Exactly.
He's been amazing.
We should have probably said that to start off the stream. Like, congratulations to Milner for like the most appearances in the Premier League now, isn't it? So
yeah,
out to him, man. Like, I'd bring him back to Liverpool in a coaching role.
Yeah.
I mean, in a heartbeat. Big says Rio would have been a starter if the club was managed by Klopp or Brendan. Probably would have done, to be fair. I think, didn't Klopp sign him? I think Klopp signed him. I might be wrong there.
I think so.
Ant Dicko says that Babel had more than Gakpo. Ryan Babel, that is.
This is the best.
Coast Gakpo, the Zoolander of football, I can't turn right.
That's brilliant.
Wingers don't go past their fullbacks anymore, says Ant. Steve says... Bon, Milner plays different from Rio. Rio is more about intense burst of speed, more hands off getting damaged in his body than Milner had. Adam says, do you think the game is any different if Wirtz played on Sunday? I think it shows how important he's become. I think... I've
heard that point been mentioned.
Yeah, not a bad shout, to be fair.
A lot of people saying that we're too dependent on Verts now.
So he can't win either way then, can he? Because at first he gets a bollocking because he's not performing. Then he starts performing and the team's like, gee, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Kevin says I need to slow down. Sean, I told you 1-0, but a hard game. We have never been able to do well against Forest. I think that was only our third win in our last 20 at the Forest ground. And then Emmett, the problem is not starting Rio, but protecting defensively. This is where a man management coach shines, agreed, man. And then Ant Dicko, we dropped points at home to Burnley, Leeds, holding on versus Wolves at home. Fall off is insane. Need to be studying, especially after spending 450 mil, looking like a bang average side. Again, I agree with that man as well, to be fair, man. Spectres finally joined us, cranked the flange. Emmett, Harvey Elliott would have been a good backup for Verts. I said this, man. I said we should have kept Elliott and you just rotate him in Verts and they play.
The other thing that we're forgetting is that the season that Slot came to Liverpool, we offloaded a load of youngsters. And obviously we got rid of Kwanzaa as well. Kwanzaa is tearing it up. And I think if we had maybe held on to some of them, possibly we would be in a better position. We would have more options. We would have better options on the bench. And I think if we maybe held off on Kwanzaa, on losing Kwanzaa, I think he could have done a better job than
I don't think Slot liked Kwanzaa, in all fairness. I really don't. Do you remember when he took him off at half time or something, or in first half?
Yeah, I do.
Emmett says that Slot needs a perfect lineup. His weaknesses are showing since he doesn't know how to adjust the squad he has. Yeah, man, I agree. Kind of agree with that.
I mean, Emmy, he's also telling, he's these press conferences, he's basically saying, yeah, the low block is fucking us up. I prefer, anytime we've won, he says, yeah, I prefer playing against them. Yeah, because they didn't fucking do the low block. So any team that or opponent that we have that knows the type of football we don't like, that's like fucking. I mean, it's like reading the Pep Linders book. It's basically opened up our whole tactics to the rest of the Premier League, and it's basically said, look, if you play this style of football, it's going to make it more difficult for us.
Mm-hmm. I agree, man. Is there anything else you want to touch on, Sean, before we go?
Emma Louise, don't know. I don't know. I'm just very disheartened by the whole thing. While Steve, predicted that game correctly, it's very, very hard to get excited by that.
I'll tell you what. We'll do this then before we go, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
So, as it stands right now, obviously we're 6th, but we're technically, say, joint 4th with Chelsea and United on the same points, but they've got a better goal difference than us. Now, the final 11 games of the season are coming up. So, what I want to do, Sean, I'm gonna read out the game, and I want you to tell me if we win, lose, or draw.
Okay.
But at the same time, can you keep a track of how many points that is?
Yeah. Okay. I'm actually just going to type it up here.
Okay. So, West Ham at home.
We're playing West Ham and Anfield, yeah?
Yeah. Have you got an answer?
I'm trying to think, really. 2-1 to Liverpool.
Okay, so 3 points, yeah?
Yeah.
Wolves away.
Draw.
Tottenham at home.
Win.
Brighton away.
Loss.
Fulham at home.
Draw.
Everton away.
Oh, fuck me. In the hickory dickory fucking clock.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to go draw.
Palace at home.
Draw.
Man United away.
Oh. Oh. This kills me. This kills me. I think we lose that.
Dear.
I think we lose that. That killed me for fucking saying that. That killed me.
Chelsea at home. So we play the two teams we're competing with back to back.
Chelsea win that.
Aston Villa away.
It'll have to be a win. So
You think we're going to win that?
No, I don't. But
well, you got to say what you think.
That's draw.
And then we finish the season at Brentford at home.
Win.
Go on then. How many points have you got us getting?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And then I'll go through mine. I've just done mine as well.
14 points.
So you've got us finishing on 59 points. Oh, fuck me. Where would have 59 points got us last year? Let's have a look. 59 points last year would have got us 9th.
And it possibly could get us 9th or 10th or 11th. I don't know.
Right. So I've got us drawing to West Ham. So that's 1 point in it. I've then got us drawing to Wolves. I think we then beat Spurs, but I was thinking, their new manager would have been in charge a bit then. Would they be better? So I was like, okay, whatever. So that's 3. I think we then get beat by Brighton. I think we then beat Fulham. I think we draw with Everton. I then do think we get beat by United. We get beat by Chelsea.
Wait a minute, what about Palace?
Oh yeah, Palace. I've got us as a win for Palace. I think we lose 3 games on bounce. I think we get beat by United, Chelsea, and Villa. And then I'm not even going to lie. I was like, do we get beat on last game of the season because we've got nothing to play for? But I was like, nah, we'll win because it's at home. So
he'll fucking take us to Ibiza before.
So I've got us getting 3, 6, 7, 10, 13, 14, 15 points between now and end of season.
So that 1 point more than me.
So, and that would still keep us in 9th last year.
Do you know what, guys? I think that would be a good poll to do. That would be a good poll. So, how many games is that last? 15, did you say?
11.
11. So 33 points to play. Do you see us getting 33, less than 20?
All right, I'll do it now. Right,
It'll be
guys. So
interesting.
to end the stream, guys, we're going to do a quick poll. How many points do you think Liverpool will get between now and the end of the season? And whatever is the most you vote for, I will then add it up to what we've got now and see where we'd finished last season in the league. So,
And tell us if you've chosen whatever. Tell us what points you reckon we'll get out of all of that.
so 33 is the max we can get. That's you win every single game. So then I'll probably go 25 or more. I'll then do 20 or more. No, I'll do 20 to 24. And then the last one I'll do... No, that's a bit too close, that, isn't it? Tell you what, I'll do 18 to 24. And then I'll do 0 to 17. Just stuff like that. And I'll take the highest number on them. So, like, for instance, if we get most for, like, 25 or something, 25 or more, I'll put 32 points. Do you know what I mean, if that makes sense?
Kevin's looking for a dancer on the pole.
Jay Garrett's got us finishing on 61 points.
It's fucking interesting, some of the comments here, I'll tell you that.
I'll let it run for a few minutes. Let's have a look at some comments, mate, when you were saying.
Kevin was asking me, you can phone a friend.
Bond says 23 points. So what have we got now? Sorry, we've got 45. So that would be 60. Fucking hell, 70, 68. 68 points. So that would leave us on... We'd be 5th based on that last year.
STC 14 says we will end on 70. Welcome to the channel.
If we get to 70, we finish 4th. If you were to do last year.
All right, Eddie.
All right, Eddie, mate. Doing well, man. Eddie says 21, so that would have put us on 45, 66. We'd be joint 5th on that last year.
Gary Richards saying that we'll finish on 49 points.
We'd be 13th if we finished on 49 points. Kevin says 25, so that would push us up to 70, right? So we'd be 4th. Adam said 21, so again that's 66, so that would put us at joint 5th. Ant says, would you take 8th, a Champions League and FA Cup double? Probably, yeah. but that then means we keep slot.
Yes, you're fucked either way. I mean, if we struggle with Nottingham Forest, you can fucking forget the goddamn Champions League. For God's sake.
STC 14 says 7 wins, 4 draws, and 1 defeat. I'm interested who you think we get beat by. STC, let us know who had us to getting beat by. I'll let that poll run for a couple more minutes, and then I'll end
It's a good conversation, though, isn't it? It's good to kind of do an analysis on it.
Scott would take 16th in a cup double. Adam says it all comes down to the next 4 or 5 matches, really. Should be beating those teams. We should, mate, yeah. We should be beating those teams. What are the next 4 or 5 again? Let's have a look again. So the next 4 or 5 is West Ham, Wolves, Tottenham, Brighton, Fulham. So the next 5 teams, we should beat them. Should do in all fairness.
Bon reckons we'll lose to Everton and United.
Yeah.
Keep Slap throw a spanner in the works. What like Stevie G did with Hodgson's. Missed the penalty. or Hodgson.
It's bad though, isn't it? Like us as Liverpool fans are sat on here looking at these fixtures, and we've both said we're going to get beat at Old Trafford.
Yeah, and I mean, I was fucking determined not to say like that we get beaten by Everton. And in fact, did I say that? I don't even remember.
I don't remember, mate.
No, I said we'd get a draw, but I feel we would lose.
Right, I'm going to end that poll now. So let's see where most of y'all think we're going to be.
Most y'all,
18 to 24 points is the majority.
38% reckon that.
So I'll go with 24 points. So let's just say we get the maximum out of that, 24 points. So Liverpool are currently on what now? 45. So that would put us up to 69. So based on the table last year, if Liverpool achieved 69 points this year, we would finish, depending on goal difference, 4th or 5th.
Jay Garrett says, if we get 5th or 4th, does that mean the fucking egg gets to keep his job?
No. Not for me, anyway. Not without silverware. Ant Dicko says that we always draw at Everton. Be interesting to see what they're like versus us at their new stadium. Didn't we? Is this the first time we're playing there? I thought we played them already there. Have we not?
No.
Oh, have we not? I thought we had. Oh no, last year was the last one at Goodison, wasn't it? Yeah. My bad. Right then. Anything else you want to chinwag about, mate, before we call an end to the stream?
Just a very interesting take on where people think we'll finish up, and what you think will keep slotting the job. I want to just give a big plug to our sponsors, Sean Leonard Art. Be sure to check them out. Also, our VIP membership, $199 to $299 per month, where it means that we can kind of give something back to our subscribers. We have a draw each month where you're in with an opportunity of winning a lovely illustration from Sean Leonard Art. I was just on to Sean there, and he said that he will do a once-off illustration. So you'll get an original if you win the quiz overall this season. So really, really nice of him to do that. And he's going to be doing that. I would love to find out, or those who have won the illustrations, and maybe take a picture of you with it. That'd be nice, so that we could maybe put something together for Sean. But obviously, the feedback that we've got from Sean Leonard, or from the illustrations that people have won, they're bloody delighted. Muscusi got a Diego Jota illustration on his birthday. So it's incredible. Spectre reckons I look like a young Steve Jobs from promoting his new iPhone version. Thank you. But yeah, it's really depressing time at the moment in terms of football. Nobody wants to see Liverpool fail. Nobody wants to see this continue. Something has to change. That's it.
I agree 100% what you just said then, mate. I think we're just going to have to ride it out to end of the season. So let's see what happens, guys. Anyway, so Liverpool are playing... Sean, help me. When we're playing next?
Have they been playing anyone? I mean, Jesus Christ, the way we've been playing, I just don't know anymore. Let me have a look. It's not Wednesday that we're playing.
Saturday at 3 o'clock against West Ham. No doubt we'll probably end up doing a watch-along for that. Either me or Shauna we'll talk about it afterwards. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you to everyone that came to the channel that was new. We had Liverpool Jabby with us with some great questions there. Thanks to everyone that took part in the poll as well, guys. Hope you all have a great evening. If there's anything content-wise you want me to talk about, let us know in the comments and stuff like that, or you could even reach out to us on social media, stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, guys, make sure you check out Sean Leonard Art. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, because as we get to 5K for the end of the season, and as Sean mentioned as well, we've got the The memberships from $1.99 or $2.99 per month if you want to win a chance of winning the artwork from Sean Leonard Art. Also, as well, final plug for myself. I do have another YouTube channel which is all about gaming news, where I'm literally just kind of starting with that right now and trying to get it going up and down a little bit with it. But I'm going to get more thingy on it. So there's a link to it for you in the chat, guys, if anyone's interested in hearing me waffle a little bit more. Other than that, guys, that's it from me. That's it from Shauno, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.